There's an energy of needing to free time, of wanting to create more space for something that's more aligned, quiet, filled with intuition. See the universe thing here in the background. An energy of searching for perhaps your soul path, or, stepping out of, the wheel of everyday living. Here's the Magician. So it's this energy of kind of like transforming, transmuting, changing something into something that's more peaceful. This card gives me really an energy of peace. This is the Temperance card, but here it's called alchemy. This thing of really trying to create a life that you have been longing for quite some time. A soul kind of life, reaching out to finding your inner truth, your inner calling, your inner knowing somehow. Building something of substance. Here's the King of Pentacles. Building something that has a solid foundation, but not necessarily, in the sense of having a lot of things, a lot of money. It's kind of like a soul foundation, if that makes sense. Sort of like, and there's transformation underneath that. A longing to create a life that has more color, metaphorically speaking, perhaps, but, it might be that you actually think your life needs more color as well. But definitely the emphasis on working on freeing your time, kind of stepping away from always having to do, always having to be, into a space that is more friendly towards creating, is kind of the feeling I get with this. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Welcome in. If you're new here, this is Walking Wild. I'm Bark, and this is a intuitive tarot reading. Welcome back if you've been here before. And as always, I really appreciate it if you resonate with this reading. Excuse me. Perhaps there's something that's difficult for you to say. It's sort of like expressing yourself in this way it feels unusual for whoever I'm tapping into here. It's sort of like an energy of, I am going to put my own needs ahead of, other people's opinions, that type of thing. And I don't really think that's, been the way that you have been doing things. It's sort of like there's this sign of relief. It's like, I don't know, there's something here about finally it's my time, it's my turn, it's and I don't know if that's because something has happened to make it that way, or if you have made the decision that this is what I want to do. Excuse me for a second here. And take a sip of water. But there's definitely something about expressing this, perhaps not just saying it out loud, but also expressing yourself more creatively. This is it. It's difficult to do that. It's kind of filled with emotions. Here's the ocean here, and the threshold beneath that, ready to step into something new, ready to kind of see yourself from a new angle, in a more colorful, I don't know, vibe. If a vibe, I don't know that a vibe can be colorful, but this is very hard to put into words, and I kind of feel like you may not even really know yourself exactly what this, how to put this into words. It's kind of it's this quiet thing. See how she's tending to, the flowers. She has a candle, she's about to light it, and there's the cat. There's this sense of peacefulness, of connection to your intuition, connection to, your higher self, like a deeper way of being. It's actually a very beautiful energy. It's just kind of like it's a little bit out of time and space, so it's hard to put into words because it feels more. It feels more. I don't know, like more like a connection to spirit as something that has human energy type of thing. I don't know, guys. Let's see what Spirit has to say. But Spirit, what's the challenge for the viewer in this? It's a beautiful energy, but what's the challenge here? Why is this coming up in this reading? Let's see here. Three of Swords. So for some of you, this is a new chapter after some kind of heartbreak. You might have lost someone. You might have had to walk away from someone. This has been painful. Whatever it is, there's been an ending, and it's sort of catapulting you into this new way of viewing your life, this new way of putting emphasis on things that are deeper, that are more connected, that are more meaningful in a way. But this has not been easy. Tell me more about why is the Three of Swords here? What's this challenge? Or what's this pain here? And it might be different from all of you, but if this is your reading and you resonate, with everything I said up until now, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Ace of Wands. Oh. Tower. So something that happened really fast. These are brand new cards, so they kind of stick together. I'm sorry. This is something that has happened quickly. It could be that something actually physically happened to you or someone else around you. It can also be insight that came to you really quickly, kind of like, it just out of the blue, you just kind of knew whatever road it is I'm on, I need to kind of change directions here because this doesn't align with me anymore. This is not really where I want to be. Here's Ace of Wands, which of course is about new beginnings. This is about, being passionate about things, potential, something you want to create, something you want to, bring into the world. So there's been, this is coming out of a difficult situation in your life. Can I know more about the Tower and the Three of Swords? Seven of Wands. The Magician here at the bottom. So now we have the Magician twice. Interesting. This is definitely something you're trying to manifest. Seven of Cups, choices. Seven of Wands. So yeah, you might have been trying to choose for a while which direction to go in here. And it's kind of been, you've had to step over your own boundaries, kind of step out of your comfort zone to move away from this. Some of you have had to let go of something or someone, situation, and it has not been easy at all. Here's the King of Pentacles again. Interesting. Now we have the King of Pentacles twice too. This has been something that has really rocked your whole foundation, your way of, looking at life, your way of looking at what's stability for me, what is, what's my my sense of security in the world type of thing. And here's the Fool now at the bottom. So yeah, definitely a new beginning here. Well, it's like I can't really... Can I know more about the Three of Swords, Spirit? And this Tower? No. Maybe not. It might be that it's just very different from all of you, and so they're like, well, here's the world, so there's definitely been an ending. These are too many. But there's been an ending here. An ending of what, Spirit? Can I have just one card for that? Ten of Pentacles. And here's the Temperance again. Now, this is very interesting. We have the Temperance twice. The Magician came up twice. The King of Pentacles came up twice. Whatever this ending had to do with, it had to do with your Ten of Pentacles, meaning how you viewed life to be safe, your solid foundation, the way you were in the world. Some of you might be going through a divorce or have lost someone really close to you. But this, and see, now my voice is going again. This is no small thing. This is definitely an ending that has been very, here's Five of Cups here, very, very, so now we have, didn't we have five? No, we didn't have Five of Cups before. But this is an ending that has really hurt. And it's kind of like I'm seeing the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's kind of like you have been going through this healing process, and I think most of you have been going through this for a while, and now it's like you're at the place where you're starting to rebuild. You're looking in, re-examining, what are my values, what am I, what am I really putting the emphasis on, where am I giving my attention, what am I valuing? I don't know how else to put it. It's definitely, but this is not just, in regards to like a job or in regards to where you live, or it's kind of like it has the feeling of this is in regard to the whole package, to your entire life, your connections, your money, your jobs, your passions, your whoever, is in your life, that type of thing. This is like a life do-over. All right. Let's see here. What's the supportive energy, Spirit? And again, if this resonates with you, please give it a thumbs up and perhaps subscribe to the channel if you feel like it. But all of it helps the channel grow so more people can, get readings. Queen of Wands here at the bottom. This is a lot of Five of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you have lost, perhaps lost money, connections, and I'm really in this energy of what, a lot of times this will be like this feeling of lack. I actually don't get that from it here. It's more a feeling of the things that I used to put value on might not be the things that I'm putting value on going forward. Seven of Pentacles here. There is success here. There is potential in this new, but it's like you're looking for, if this wasn't my, if this was not the Ten of Pentacles, then what do I want that to look like? You kind of rethinking what the Ten of Pentacles are. Here's the Knight of Pentacles. Nine of Swords. This has definitely been a time of a lot of stress, a lot of, I don't know, anxiety about the future, but a lot of contemplations about what is actually real here, what is, and I don't mean that, things are not real, but what is real for me? What is it going to take to build a life that feels like this is my Ten of Pentacles when I don't, when obviously what I thought to be the Ten of Pentacles is not it. It's that type of energy. Here's the Three of Wands and the Eight of Wands. So, there's have been some communication. Maybe something is coming in. You might be communicating with your guys. It's like with your higher self. There's something here about really going back and forth. See, again, like she's standing there, looking up at the sky. It's like you're reaching out, going like, all right, well, when this isn't it, then please help me find what is. There's a feeling a little bit of being lost, but not in a this is kind of weird, not in a scary, sad way, just kind of like I really need some assistance here. I need to figure out life again. I know that sounds somewhat dramatic, but it's more of an internal thing than anything else. Queen of Wands here, what is, and the Fool beneath that. The Queen of Wands, she's very passionate and creative and connected, and kind of like in my version of her, I almost said, in my mind, she's grounded. She is the queen that can manifest, that can really, but not, necessarily monetary things, but the magic of life, if that makes sense. There's this new beginning. What don't we see coming here, Spirit? It's a strange, the Fool, again, this new beginning is coming in. It's a strange feeling of joyfulness, but on a quiet level, if that makes sense. Very, very hard to describe. And here's the moon, it's sort of like, it's somewhat hidden, but then right underneath that is the sun. So it's like whatever it is you have been contemplating for a while, whatever it is you've been trying to feel into, trying to connect to, trying to, manifest into the world, is coming into light. It is coming out of this intuitive place of the moon where you were sort of like trying to figure out, what is my Ten of Pentacles? What is the way that I want life to be here? When this was not it, what I thought to be the Ten of Pentacles, what was, felt like, looked like, what I thought really was my everything, for whatever reason, and I think the reason is different, depending on who you are, obviously, but it's like when that wasn't it, or when that's not here anymore, or when, that type of thing, then what am I wanting here? Ten of Swords. I'm wanting this to be done. I'm wanting the pain to be over. I'm wanting a new cycle. Ten of Swords, the tens are also endings. Ten of Swords is an ending. It's like, it's the pain is behind you. And now that doesn't mean if you've lost someone that, there's not this grief, but it's like the overwhelming, crushing, heartbreak type of energy has somewhat slipped a little bit to the side, and now you're looking to have this new beginning. There's the Magician again. You're really, really manifesting a new life, and not just in one area, but absolutely a new life. New relationships, new ways of being in the world, perhaps new ways of making your money, new place to live. For some of you, all of it, but definitely a new life. Yeah. All right. Possible. No, that's not what I want to say. Advice. Sorry. Advice from Spirit. Two of Cups. Justice here. There might be something about forgiving yourself, forgiving others. And that's not forgiving in the sense that, you're wanting the person back if someone betrayed you or, something like that. It's more in the sense of letting go what you cannot change. Seeing the past for what it is and accepting that this is what happened. I don't like it, but that's what happened. And then let it go. So it's not about forgiving the actions of another person if they really hurt you. It's just about accepting. Well, it's not easy, I know that. But it's about accepting that you can't change the past. No matter how much thought you put into it, how much energy you put into it, what's done is done. So there's something here about realizing that, and in the same breath kind of thing, setting yourself free to pursue something else. Death underneath here, transmuting, transforming yourself into a new version. Again, there goes my voice. It only does that when something is hard to say, something is hard to express. And for some of you, it's just a new way of being that you may not even really be able to put into words yourself. More self-love. Here's Two of Cups, and in this deck here, she's definitely, looking at her light and her shadow, kind of talking to herself, her higher self. This is self-love. So whatever you've been through, you kind of made the decision. Nobody's going to, do that to me again, because I'm going to value myself going forward. I'm going to create a life that makes sense for me. I'm going to create from a place that's authentic to who I am. And it's like you've woken up and all of a sudden you're like, but it doesn't have to be like what that was. I can create something new. Yeah, here's Ten of Cups. I can create my Ten of Cups. And it doesn't look like what I thought it was. There's a new way of looking at what it is you really, really want. This is very beautiful. Huge energy. I mean, lots of magicians and temperance and King of Pentacles. Here's the Queen of Wands again when I split the deck. Very interesting. Can I know a little bit more, Spirit? One or two at a time, please. Six of Cups. Yeah, there's, for some of you, there's been a lot of going through memories, kind of reminiscing. Why did that happen? How did I allow it? Or why did it have to happen that way? Going back to all of those things. And again, the acceptance of it is what it is. And that's not to say that you shouldn't, hold on to your memories and stuff. I mean, they're part of who you are. But there's definitely a focus on, being, here's the Hermit, looking within, the Hierophant, learning something about what this has, meant for you, what it's, how your journey in life has transformed because of this. And kind of like, and I know sometimes that's a little, but it's like seeing the gift in whatever this was. However painful it was, it has taught you something about who you are that you can now use towards creating this life that's in front of you. And I think most of you are already, on the path of doing that. You are rewriting your priorities. You are, deciding again, where do I want my energy to go? How do I want my everyday life to look? How do I create space here, freeing up time to be more of what I want to be. It's kind of like taking your power back. Well, not kind of, it is like taking your power back and redesigning your life from a more loving perspective that's more aligned with who you are now. And that's not to say the old life has probably had some good in it too. But you have been through a transformation here that has really moved you to a new place. Yeah. One last card, Spirit. Beautiful energy. If this resonates with you, you have really kicked some butt. So, yeah. It has not been easy. And it's, here's the Two of Swords. You've had to make a conscious decision, deciding that whatever was in the past, whatever that really, really hurt you and happened there, you need to focus on what you want to create, in the future. Yeah, 5 of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the World. Yeah, definitely. It's leaving this 5 of Cups behind with the World card, a new cycle with more loving energy towards yourself, more, being, here's the Emperor, more being, the authority in your own life, kind of deciding, well, that obviously didn't work for whatever reason. Now I would like to create something different that feels more aligned to who I have become through this path here. So, yeah, I hope it makes sense, guys. It's a beautiful energy. Kind of difficult to put into words, but I think if this is your reading, it will resonate with you, and you will know intuitively what to do from here. So, best of luck to you. I love this energy. Thank you so much for watching. And again, if it resonates, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel so more people can get readings. And thank you so much for watching. Big love.